Hello everybody and welcome. Today I have a video featuring Dr. Jordan Peterson and his thoughts on the Israeli and the Palestinian conflict. Let's get straight into it.
With regards to Israel and Hamas, well, a war occurs when people can't agree, and we certainly can't agree on the facts of the matter at hand with regard to the conflict in Israel. My sense is, most fundamentally, that it's been hyper-convenient for the radical Islamists, especially those in Iran, to have Hamas and the Palestinians suffer greatly and continually so that they can be a constant goad in the side of Israel and the U.S. And so we've stepped right into that as well. What's the solution? Well, I'd be a fool to offer one, wouldn't I? Because there's been a plethora of solutions offered with regards to Israel and the Palestinians over the last 6 decades, and very little progress has been made on that front. And I think the reason for that is that there are incredibly entrenched interests in whose interest it is to prolong and make as bloody as possible this conflict. And so there's no hope for peace under those circumstances. And for the Islamic fundamentalists, so-called Islamic fundamentalists who are fostering the conflict, what's a few 100,000 or million Palestinian lives? Doesn't hurt them if all those innocent people die. So that's a dreadful situation. If I was in Israel's shoes, I suppose I would likely do much the same as they are doing, with one possible coda, which is that as Israel becomes more successful on the military front, which is highly likely, the swing in popular opinion is likely to increasingly go against them, because it's a lot easier to trumpet moral virtue by siding with the hypothetical victims than it is to celebrate the accomplishment of the conquerors. And so I'm afraid that one likely outcome for Israel is that they win militarily, but lose strategically. However, we'll see. One of the things I'm very happy about, however, and this is really a miracle, and it's one that we should be very attentive to, is that despite the rising temperature and costs of this conflict, the Abraham Accords, which established a certain degree of peace between Israel and a number of states who were previously in a state of enmity, that accord has held. And that's the best news on the geopolitical front that I can think of in the last 50 years.
Just quickly, I would like to explain the Abraham Accords to anybody who's not familiar with them. So, the Abraham Accords, broken in 2020, marked a historical breakthrough in the Middle East diplomacy by normalising relations between Israel and the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. The agreement signalled a departure from the traditional Arab stance on Israel and aimed at fostering regional stability and cooperation. Key components included the establishment of formal diplomatic ties, economic cooperation and people-to-people exchanges. The normalisation agreements were driven by shared concerns about Iran's regional influence and a desire to enhance security and economic prospects. The participating nations committed to working together on various fronts, including trade, technology, tourism and healthcare. Direct flights and diplomatic missions were established, symbolising a significant shift in geopolitical landscape. The Abraham Accords marked a departure from the Arab Peace Initiative, which linked normalisation with Israel to the resolution of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The UAE and Bahrain chose to pursue their national interests independently, emphasising pragmatic and economic considerations. However, the Accords generated mixed reactions, with some people praising the diplomatic breakthrough and others expressing concerns about the potential impact on Palestinian aspirations for statehood. The agreements were part of a broader regional realignment and showcased a change in dynamics in the Middle East. They encouraged hope for future collaborations and hinted at the possibility of additional Arab nations normalising relations with Israel. The Abraham Accords represented a significant step towards reshaping regional relationships emphasising shared interests over historical grievances and fostering a new era of cooperation in the Middle East.
You know, there is some real possibility still that Israel and its neighbors could enter into a long-standing and productive peace. And God, we could all pray for that, because that would be the best possible outcome for everyone involved. I'm certain that Iran does not believe that that pathway is in their interest. And so they're going to do everything they can, not only to foster this war, which is what they have been doing, but also to fund and foment all the protests that have been racking the Western world in support, hypothetical support of Hamas.
If you made it to the end, thank you so much for watching this video. If you could please consider subscribing and liking the video, that would help me immensely. I am a new channel and I'm trying to grow, and I want to bring more videos like this to you guys. So please subscribe, like the videos, it's free and it'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. Until the next one, I'll see you soon.